guys, it's AQ Films here, and today we will be going over post-editing transitions and just kind of going over my post-editing process behind most of my videos. So let's get started. So with any heavy editing, what I do is I right-click, replace with After Effects composition, so it pulls up a secondary app that's linked up to Premiere Pro. And essentially these two, they're part of the Adobe products that you can buy. You can get a subscription for it every month. And so Premiere Pro allows you to basically have a timeline where you can, it's a lot more organized and there's not so much layers and clutter. Before I used to work with After Effects heavily before I used Premiere Pro because it was a little bit easier to understand, at least in my experience. And so what this is, so as you can see, in Adobe After Effects there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers, 6 videos. And so typically with Premiere Pro you could see that it's a lot more organized and structuralized. And so for me, I kind of worked with the overlays with Adobe After Effects because I noticed that there's a couple overlays that they didn't have versus the one on Premiere Pro. And I'll show you that with this overlay video that I use on top of my footages. I'll even put down a link down in the description below. You can even like search up different texturized overlays. And so see, as you can see, I'm using a stencil Luma, and it creates like this little effect interacting with the overlay and the video itself. It's gonna separate certain parts of the clip along with the overlay, so the lights and the darks, it's good to have like a secondary clip under it. So as you can see right here, I have 2 clips, and under it it allows it to track another layer behind this video. And so I'll show you what I mean by that. Right around here you can see the stencil Luma being implemented, and so that's basically one effect. Another effect that I like to use is use overlays 9 times out of 10 majority of the time, especially since there's a lot of libraries, FX effects that you can literally download, and it will save so much time. You can even do it through After Effects and create the effects yourself individually, but that would take a lot of time, and that's a little bit more comprehensive in terms of teaching. One effect that I used was this transitioning effect. It's an FX effect, and so I'm able to change the colors. And so in order to basically import these effects onto the timeline, because you can't directly import it, it's a certain file. And so there's this essential graphics right here. I'm finding it. Okay, so you press this little icon right here, and then it'll bring up your files, and then where the file is located for the FX effects, I have it in an external hard drive. So you go to overlays. Yeah, I'm just kind of going through that. Essential graphics, and then I have a ton of 240 toon FX packs. There's fire FX, regular FX, just different. There's bonuses, water effects, transitions, thinking bubbles, smoke. So I use a transition for this, and so what I did was, actually I might be using a smoke, so we'll just pretend that the smoke is the transition aspect, but it's basically the same concept. And so I just searched it up in the timeline because I just imported it in the file, put it on the timeline, and now it's rendering. And so as you can see right here, I have it on the video, and then I just kind of just move where I would want the smoke to start. So essentially I want to start it towards the end of the logo of currency, and then I'm gonna scale this up, as you can see. So I'm just lining it accordingly to where I would want it specifically. And so I'm kind of meticulous with where I place my clips on the timeline. So I just changed the colors, and I also adjusted the size, positioning. You can do that all right here on this motion tab right here in the video tab, or the effects control tab. But I decided to do like a little pink black colorway, kind of to match with his fit right here. And so this next one, this is see, you can see I'm doing the same thing with the fire. I'm putting the fire on the timeline, letting it load for a bit, and then I have it right there. And so I'm just gonna scale it down for a bit, move the positioning, my ideal positioning, and then scale it up to where I think the fire should be placed. And so this next effect that I will be showing you, so I'm gonna be creating a new project and doing this manually so I can show you guys step by step. Those were two other transitions that I went over, but this is gonna be the third transition I'm gonna go over. And so we're gonna pull up some clips from the Midnight music videos. So we're just gonna do this as, we're gonna title this as test. And we're gonna create, and then so say you want to import a file of videos onto your timeline or your project menu. So you're just gonna put it on here. You're gonna open up your files. You're gonna go through which clips you want to input into the timeline. So say if I want to have like starting right here to like here, we're gonna import that right there. It's just gonna have the video, not the audio. So if you want to add the audio, you just have to put it right here and then add it right there, and then you would just select these two, or you press that and then shift press, and then you're gonna right click both of them, press link. But right now we don't need the audio, but that was just a demonstration. So one of the effects that we will be incorporating, you will want to press this video clip that you have imported into your timeline, and then you're just going to press Alt and then drag the clip above it. And then what you want to do is you're gonna lower your opacity to 50, and then you're going to scale a secondary part of the subject. You can move it this way, you can move it that way, however way you would want it to incorporate it. So like if I have it like right here, then I would have to like, because you can see the line right there, scale it up a little bit more. Actually shit, scale it up more like that. But it's still kind of, it still creates a type of effect. It's a little bit more towards your face more. But yeah, no, you can just mess around with that. That's one effect. And you can even mess with the blend mode. So say if you want to have like a difference, and that kind of like stands out a lot more, or if you want to have an exclusion, subtract, just mess around with this, because you never know where your brain can take you at the end of the day when it comes to your creative process. If this is going to be your first time starting videos, and as you can see here, you have your like basic tool tabs, and you can press the blade, razor tool, and just do something like that, and cut clips in between, which is the most basic way to edit. So say if I just want to cut that part and then I just want to skip to like this part, and it's just like so. And also, when there's a red on the timeline, that means the video is not fully rendered through whatever adjustments or changes you made on the timeline. I'm gonna render this out, all the effects and changes that I have made on the timeline, so I can run through the video smoothly with no cuts or any of that weird stuff. See, you can see I have the little thing right there. Oh. Yeah, so I just kind of made this little effect with the video, kind of like a reflection, and then there's just two simultaneous videos going on top. That's it, guys, for the video. My pets are going crazy right now. They're basically like my freaking kids. So I hope you guys enjoyed those little mini effects transition tutorials that I presented to you guys in some of my videos. I'm hoping that these series will definitely help out some people, and it'll definitely expand my ability to teach others, and not only that, but see what I can learn along the way. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting tutorials every Fridays. I will be posting tutorials, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. And yeah, I cannot wait to expand this journey together. So let's do it.